In the cozy village of Bramblebrook, nestled among rolling hills and blooming meadows, there stood a grand old banyan tree. Every evening, the village children would gather beneath its sprawling branches to listen to stories from the village's beloved storyteller, Uncle Eldrick. Uncle Eldrick, a wise and gentle man with a long silver beard and twinkling eyes, was adored by all. His tales, full of magic and wonder, were the highlight of the children's day. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars began to twinkle, Uncle Eldrick would start his tales, drawing the children closer with his captivating voice. One evening, as the children settled in with eager faces, Uncle Eldrick began.
"Gather around, little ones, for I have a most enchanting tale to share. It is a story about a magical land called Sylphoria and a wondrous circus unlike any other. In a mystical realm beyond the ordinary world, there lay Sylphoria, a land where magic thrived and the impossible became possible. Here was the enigmatic circus, a marvel of enchantment where animals performed with joy and precision, their acts coordinated in perfect harmony. Imagine elephants twirling on tiptoes, tigers balancing on colorful balls, and clowns juggling enchanted orbs, all performed with a spirit of delight and cooperation. One day, Lyra stumbled upon a shimmering portal in Bramblewood Forest and, driven by her adventurous spirit, stepped through. She found herself in the heart of the enigmatic circus, a place of dazzling tents and magical performances. On seeing the circus, Lyra was captivated by the performers' joy and the circus's vibrant magic. But something was off. Though the circus looked magnificent, but it was under a spell of darkness. The vibrant tents drooped, and the performers, despite their efforts, lacked their sparkle. Lyra stood wondering. On seeing Lyra, Leo the wise lion had been drawn to Lyra's spirit and thought she might be the one to help. He approached Lyra with a heavy heart and revealed to her how the circus's magic was fading because the heart of Sylphoria, a powerful gem that sustained their enchantment, had been stolen by a shadowy sorcerer, and only someone with a pure heart and a dash of whimsy could restore it. Lyra, enchanted by the circus's charm and on learning its plight, wanted to help. Her heart swelled with a desire to restore it to its former glory. Her mischievous nature and love for adventure made her the perfect candidate for the quest. The only clue to the heart's whereabouts was an ancient riddle. When darkness falls and stars align, seek the path where shadows twine. Beyond the veil where echoes sing, find the heart that night can bring. Determined to help the circus and its performers, Lyra embarked on a quest to decipher the riddle. Their quest began in the Enchanted Marshes, a swamp filled with mischievous sprites called Quibbles. The Quibbles delighted in leading travelers astray, their giggles echoing through the mist. The first challenge was a game of Tangle Dance, where Lyra and her friends had to navigate through magical vines that twisted and turned. With her quick wit and playful nature, Lyra turned a challenge into a lively dance, her laughter mixing with the Quibbles' mischievous giggles. The sprites, entertained by Lyra's joyful spirit, guided them through the marsh, revealing a hidden path to their next destination. Following the Quibbles' directions, they arrived at the Cavern of Whimsical Echoes. This was a mysterious cave where every sound made by the adventurers was magnified and distorted, creating a cacophony of confusing and hilarious noises. The echoes were enchanted to mimic their deepest fears and desires, making navigation through the cavern a test of willpower and humor. Lyra, with her knack for finding joy in chaos, used her laughter to counteract the unsettling echoes. She led her friends through by singing silly songs. to a concert of joy and absurdity. Her ability to remain cheerful amidst confusion helped them find their way to the cavern's heart, where they discovered a glowing map etched with clues. Lyra followed those clues and reaching the next challenge. This is the enigmatic mirage, a realm of shifting illusions where reality seemed to warp and twist. The heart of Silphoria was hidden here, but to find it, Lyra needed to solve the puzzle of reflections, a complex arrangement of mirrors that distorted the truth and made navigation difficult. As Lyra approached the mirrors, she was immediately overwhelmed by their deceptive reflections. Each mirror showed not just her image, but exaggerated her doubts and insecurities, creating a chaotic jumble of shifting images. The riddle's clues began to make sense as she observed her surroundings. When darkness falls and stars align, the mirrors, reflecting the illusions of darkness, were at their most confusing when the stars of the mirage aligned, creating the most complex distortions. Seek the path where shadows twine. Lyra noticed that within the shifting reflections, there were patterns of shadows that intertwined. The real path could be seen where these shadows merge harmoniously, beyond the veil where echoes sing. The echoes of distorted reflections and illusions were a veil hiding the true reality. Lyra had to look past these to see the true reflection, find the heart that night can bring. The heart was metaphorically hidden within the night of the illusions behind the veil of confusion. Lyra realized that to find the true path, she had to acknowledge and laugh at her reflections, which represented her fears and insecurities. By breaking through the enchantments held over the mirrors, she began to see beyond the illusions. With each step, the reflections started to align, revealing the true path. Lyra, with her playful spirit and courage, pieced together the mirror's puzzle. She discovered that the heart of Silphoria was nestled within an intricate, glowing structure hidden behind the most deceptive mirror. As Lyra retrieved the heart, the enigmatic mirage transformed. The illusions cleared, and the true beauty of the realm was revealed. The heart of Silphoria, now restored to its rightful place, radiated its magical energy, reinvigorating the circus. Back in the heart of the enigmatic circus, the performers rejoiced as their magic was restored. The vibrant tents glowed brightly, and the air was filled with joy and laughter. Leo, the wise lion, presented Lyra with a shimmering star-shaped pendant as a token of their gratitude, a symbol of her bravery and the restoration of their magic. The grand festival that followed was a dazzling celebration of music, dance, and spectacular performances, showcasing the renewed magic of the enigmatic circus. With the heart of Silphoria restored, the circus thrived once more, its magic shining brighter than ever, all thanks to Lyra's bravery and insight. As Lyra stepped back through the portal to Bramblebrook, she knew she had not only helped save the circus, but had also discovered the true essence of courage, friendship, and the magic of believing in oneself.
As Uncle Eldrick neared the end of the tale, he looked at the children with a knowing smile.
And so, dear ones, Lyra's adventure teaches us a valuable lesson. She faced every challenge with courage and joy, even when the path was obscured by illusions and shadows. When we encounter our own difficulties, remember that staying true to ourselves and finding the light within can guide us through even the darkest times. Just as Lyra saw beyond the illusions in the enigmatic mirage, we must look past our fears and doubts, embrace every challenge with a playful heart, and never be afraid to laugh at the obstacles in your way. Like Lyra, we should trust in our own strength and wisdom, knowing that even in the face of confusion and trials, our true path will reveal itself if we remain brave and true.
The children listened intently, their faces illuminated by the glow of understanding. Uncle Eldrick concluded.
So, let us all be like Lyra, full of courage, laughter, and a touch of whimsy. With such a spirit, we can face any challenge and find our own way to the magic within our lives.
As the story ended, the children clapped and cheered, inspired by the bravery and wisdom of Lyra, ready to face their own adventures with newfound confidence. Under the banyan tree, the magic of the story lingered in the air, a reminder that they too could find their own path through the wonders and challenges of life.